This is the AEW Dynamite April 17, 2024 full show results video which takes place at Indianapolis Indiana Farmers Coliseum. The show opens with Jon Moxley making his entrance as your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Mox gets in the ring and on the mic and talks about winning his first title 20 years ago and how he's never really had help in this business, and his message is the same now as then: kiss his ass and watch him get it done, and he's been chasing this title for years and now it's his. He addresses the Don Callis family and says they know where to find him and he'll be here all night, but he suspects they don't want that action. He could blast them with a tire iron or run them over with a car, but that won't learn them, so he's gonna pick the biggest, baddest, meanest one of them all, Powerhouse, Will Hobbs, and he's going to challenge him to a match on next week's Dynamite. Mercedes Moan cuts a promo, again looking like a B-tier ContraPoints character, and she says she can't wait to pay the bitch who attacked her lights off last week, and she thinks she knows it's Julia Hart and says she didn't have her figured as a coward, so maybe it was someone trying to frame her, like Willow Nightingale perhaps. Backstage, somebody attacked Willow Nightingale, and a trainer and her stablemates are checking on her as she insists she can still do it. Then we saw a mixed tag team match between Adam Copeland and Willow Nightingale versus Brody King and Julia Hart, and the result of this match was House of Black won the match by referee stoppage with Heartless from Julia Hart on Willow Nightingale. Post-match, Julia kept the hold on until Mercedes Moan came to the ring with a steel chair in hand and ran her off. Renee Paquette has a sit-down interview with Samoa Joe, and he says he thinks Shane Strickland doesn't carry himself like a champion and he had to disinfect the belt after he put his hands on it, and he calls Swerve a choke artist, and at Dynasty, he'll be the one choking him out. Then we saw a match between Daniel Garcia and Death Triangle versus the Elite, and the result of this match was the Elite won the match by pinfall with a superkick-assisted Rainmaker on Daniel Garcia. Post-match, we get an actually unnecessary EVP trigger on Garcia before the Bucks bring a ladder into the ring, slamming Daniel onto the steel, closing the ladder on him, holding him in place as Matthew climbs up top, and Pac clobbers him with the Timekeeper's hammer and knocks him to the floor. Taz is in the ring with a mic, waiting for Chris Jericho and Hook to make their entrances, and Jericho says he pulled Hook off the apron to get his attention because he felt he wasn't listening enough, and he says he's the learning tree and everyone from MJF to Jon Moxley to Will Ospreay has been better for it. Hook tells him no, he's not going to sit under his learning tree, and Chris is apoplectic about it, and Taz keeps trying to get him to back off. Jericho's not having it, and eventually he shoves Taz to the mat. Hook squares up to him and takes Chris into the corner and tells him he crossed the line and he'll show him how good he is, anytime, anyplace, anywhere. Renee Paquette does an equal and opposite sit-down with Shane Strickland, and he says Joe can talk but he's coming home with the title on Sunday. Swerve says, with respect, he shouldn't be explaining why he can beat Samoa to Renee, he should tell it to Joe's face tonight, and he will. The next match happened between Deonna Purrazzo versus Mariah May, and the result of this match was Deonna Purrazzo defeated Mariah May by pinfall with a sunset flip. Post-match, Tony and Mariah put boots to Purrazzo until Thunder Rosa runs down and makes the save. May and Deonna brawl, Thunder takes Tony out with an elbow and scrawls purple lipstick all over her face. Renee Paquette interviews the Bang Bang Gang backstage, and I finally get to see the red lining on her otherwise all-black outfit as part of her kick-ass jacket. Anyway, the point is they challenged the Acclaimed to a trios title unification match, winner take all. Back from the commercial, the Acclaimed cut a promo to accept the challenge from the Bang Bang Gang for Dynasty, and further, Max and Anthony want a 2-on-2 tag against the Ass Boys first. The next match happened between Orange Cassidy versus Shane Taylor, and the result of this match was Orange Cassidy won the match by pinfall with the Orange Punch. Post-match, Moriarty chokes Cassidy and Ogago drops him with a body shot. Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal run down to save Orange, but Trent Beretta runs in and wallops one with a chair and wings it at the other's head, and Shane Taylor drops Orange with a right hook, and Lee puts the Border City Stretch in. The next match happened between Claudio Castagnoli versus Will Ospreay, and the result of this match was Will Ospreay defeated Claudio Castagnoli by pinfall with Hidden Blade. Post-match, the Callis family hits the ring and beats Claudio down until Jon Moxley makes the save, staring Hobbs down. Powerhouse decides discretion is the better part of valor and leaves with the family. Strickland reminds Joe about when he knocked him on his ass like a little bitch and he had the fear in his eyes, and he calls him down to tell him like a man. Samoa Joe comes down, Shane dives into the crush of security, they brawl into the ring, House Call connects but Samoa pops up to block the Swerve stomp. Joe gets under him for the muscle buster, leaving him lying and holding the title over Swerve's fallen body as he leaves and kicks dirt off the mat and onto him, and the show goes off the air.